So here, first of all, we will start with discussing the obvious question, right? And the most obvious question is today, what are the project characteristics, right? Because successful completion of projects depend on successful completion of projects also affect the success of the company, right? If projects are successful, company is successful, right? For example, Apple is developing a new product. For example, the latest one was Apple Watch, right? If this project is successful and they are able to develop new product, naturally their revenues would increase, right? uh, their profitability would increase, and therefore the company's growth and success would be impacted by successful completion of these projects, right? So projects are very vital for growth and survival of the company. So that's why projects are very important, right? And first of all, we will start with the characteristics of these projects. So first characteristics of project is that projects are unique. Projects are ad hoc endeavors to create a unique product, service, or result. So as it says here. So projects are unique ventures, right? It is something that we have never attempted to do before. For example, we are inventing methods to test the virus. This is an example of a project, and we have never done that before, right? So these are unique endeavors, right? And the second characteristic is projects are goal oriented, involve the coordinated undertaking of interrelated activities that have finite duration and are all to a degree unique, right? So this means a second characteristic of project is that it is highlighted here in green, that projects are something which involve many activities, and those activities are interrelated on each other, right? So successful completion of the project depends upon successful completion of other activities. So here I have taken a very simple example, right? For example, there is a construction project to build a swimming pool, right? I took an easy example. So step one is digging, right? Then second is concrete work has to be done, and third is plumbing work has to be done for swimming pool, and fourth finishing has to be done, right? So I have tried to list here some interrelated activities, right? I have written here as steps. You can call them activities, or you can activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, or activity 4. You can even call them task 1, task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4, right? So there are some terms which are used interchangeably, right? So whenever there is a project, what I want to say over here is the total project is divided into certain parts. You can call them activities, you can call them tasks, and all these tasks have to be successfully completed. Only then we can call that, okay, the project is successfully completed, right? If plumbing work, for example, here is not done successfully, right, then this project is not complete, right? So all the activities are or all the tasks are related or interrelated. So that is second characteristic of project. So now when we talk of projects, right, there are further things that we have to understood, right? We have to understand. Projects have defined start and end dates. What does that mean? Right? It means that projects start, they run, and then these projects end. Right? So, which also means that projects are not repetitive activities which will go on indefinitely, right? So they will end somewhere. So every project has a start date and a targeted end date. right? For example, we are building a dam, right? So to produce hydroelectricity, right? Then there is a start date, okay? That is likely date when we will start, and that is likely end date. We have to complete it. It can't run forever. Second thing is projects have specific objectives to be achieved, right? And there are certain specification within which we have to achieve uh, these projects, right? So what does it mean, certain specifications? So it means a project when we have started it, and when we complete it, so they will achieve some functionality, right? So certain specifications have to be achieved, certain functionality has to be achieved. And generically, we can call it quality, that certain quality has to be achieved, right? So it means the project, under project, if we are developing something, it has to perform in an expected way, right? It has to perform in an expected way, right? For example, if we are developing a new medicine for the virus, then it has to cure the virus, simple, right? So we call it that, okay, project has to complete uh, uh, has to be completed to achieve a functionality or a quality, right? So that is what it means, right? And then projects have a funding limit, right? What does it mean? Projects are to be achieved within the constraint of money. So there is specified budget, and project has to be completed within specified amount of money. So I will tell, okay, to the project manager, okay, you have so much money within which this project has to be achieved. That's all, right? So you can't spend indefinite amount of money, or unlimited amount of money, I should say, right? So they have funding limits, they have budgets. And then projects consume human and new non-human resources. Projects consume human and non-human resources, right? So it means in addition to people, right? So material, machines, equipments, labs, all these facilities may be required to complete the project, right? For example, there is a software development project we were talking of. So I will say, okay, you will get two programmers. So there is a specific human or people resources to be allocated to the project. Same way we have to allocate specific amount of non-human resources, which include money, material, machines, methods, and equipment, right? So this is another characteristic of project. Here they are talking of PMBOK, PMBOK, PMBOK we call them, Project Management Body of Knowledge, right? Body of knowledge means this is the area, these are the things on which we have to have knowledge when we are talking of project management, right? So there is a body of knowledge which we have to acquire if we want to become expert in project management. That is what it means. And this body of knowledge, and there is a book for that also, right? There are certain certification exams also, right? You are doing it as a one course, but then there is a full-fledged certifications happening out there in project management. And there they have kind of emphasized that projects are always multifunctional, right? This is very important characteristics. Projects are multifunctional. And it means the members of project team may come from certain backgrounds, right? Those backgrounds may be technical backgrounds, those backgrounds may be finance backgrounds, those backgrounds may be R&D, marketing. So that is what it means, right? For example, I form a project team, right? In that project team, maybe there is one engineer, maybe there is one finance manager, Maybe there is one marketing person. Maybe there is one R&D. R&D means research and development person, right? So it means we have to integrate efforts of cross-functional departments when we are dealing with project, right? So if you want to become project manager, then please remember this thing, that you should have those skills which would enable them that, okay, I can integrate efforts of all these people who come from various backgrounds, right? That is what it is, right? For example, if I, for example, come from background of finance and accounting, then yes, this is okay for me, but then I must also know what this person who is from marketing, what he is or she is talking about, what this engineer is talking about. So I have also to coordinate their efforts. And the next one is, project is organized work toward a predefined goal or objective that requires resources and effort, a unique and therefore risky venture having a limited budget and a schedule. So, what is important here is that projects are risky ventures. What does it mean? Projects may or may not be successful. Today, later we will in detail talk about project success factors, right? So some projects may not be successful at all. So they just die down. So they are closed and they are never achieved, right? So that is most unfortunate and though, right? So, but when we are talking of project management, why people learn it, why people get specialization in it, why people get certified in it, because these people have defined a body of knowledge which will help them steer the projects towards a success, right? So if you have the knowledge, if you are certified, right, if you have diploma, then you will have knowledge which will help you complete the project successfully, right? So risk factor you will try to decrease because you are qualified, you have the body of knowledge, but there is no guarantee, right? So projects are risky in the sense that we don't know whether these will be achieved in a timeline, right? So one another factor is which can be controlled, right, in project. For example, people join the project team. Suppose you are project manager. Some people know the goals, some people think that they know the goals of the project, and some people have absolutely no idea what the goals are. They just hang out there, right, because they can't say no to the boss, right? So if you have people who have no idea absolutely what we are working on, right, then project would fail, right? So that is why we said earlier that, okay, projects are risky, they may not be successful, so you have a body of knowledge, you have some skills, so you will make sure that you don't have those people who have no idea about the project goals. Or if you identify that these are the people who have no idea about the project goals, then you at least train them to understand it and then work for them, right? So definitely there are some reasons which are controllable, right? So the final thing I would say over here is that why we are working on a project. After all, some project is there and we are working on it because in project we are the solution, right? We are the solution, right? It means there is a basic customer requirement out there which has to be met within given constraint, right? So projects are solution, right? For example, trying to find a medicine for the virus, we are the solution. We are undertaking this project because we are the solution, and this solution has to satisfy the requirement of people outside, right? So sometime in companies, some projects can be there which are done for internal people, right? Not every project is for outside world, but it is just an example, right? So projects are solution, right? So, and we have to achieve this solution within given time and money constraint. That is what it is. So these are various abstract characteristics of project. Some of those would make sense today, right? But as we go forward, this is all we are talking about in coming days and weeks.